It's a really cool walk in here along the forest track. You can see down there, you're looking away over towards the Neffenbeg Mountains, and the track. These pine trees are just sort of seeing themselves everywhere, so they're forming like a small avenue along the side of the track. But the proper mountains here in Corraun are just up here. You can see them dropping down. So there's corrie after corrie after corrie, and you have these ridges dropping down either side. So the last time I was here, again, was maybe 15 years ago at this side. I've climbed from the other side, and I don't know if I've a midlife crisis or something. I'm coming back and sort of revisiting some of these places, but probably partly it's because I'm now videoing and I can capture the experience and share it with other people. So there's something really cool about that. But the last time I cut up through some clear fell up in the corrie. I'm hoping there's still some sort of path there and I don't have to battle through loads of forest, but time will tell. It wasn't looking good. I've walked nearly 2.5 kilometres up the forest track, and I've come to this clearing or fire break in the forest. So this is just perfect, and that'll take me up into the first corrie, which is where I was wanting to go. And the plan is probably to walk right up to the head of the corrie wall and to climb up there. When I was here before, I climbed up the side of the ridge, and it was pretty tough way back then when I was younger, so I don't fancy doing that now, but that's the plan, so it's all looking good so far. That was pretty decent going up through the fire break, no real issues at all, ground pretty good, so I'm nearly up in the corrie here, so well pleased with that. The lough's actually quite a bit bigger than I imagined. It is the same corrie that had come up, but this is a more substantial wee lough. Still not massive, but really cool, and probably make for a really good wild camping spot. Unfortunately, I've quite a bit of walking to do till I find my camping spot, and you can see that's the head of the corrie. So I think it's quite easy to go up there. So I probably will go up there. I keep changing my mind here as I walk along, and I probably will go out along that ridge and then back again. And this one here actually looks really cool. So I might go out along it as well. Just again, I've got loads of time, but it's a beautiful day. The sun's out. It's roasting. It's a bit of a breeze. There's no flies or midges. How long will that last? I don't know. I've come up the head of the corrie, and I'm up on the plateau now. I still have that climb, and I am going to go out along the ridge like I said, but I'll leave my pack here after I have a bite to eat. And you'll get a view now down to the south, and this is over Cullydoo, and there's loads. That's, I suppose, pretty famous for all the hundreds of, well, if not hundreds of wee islands. And that's down on further into Mayo, and that's Kirkpatrick. And then you have some of the bigger mountains like the Sheepy Hills in the distance, and they still are under a wee bit of cloud, but absolutely stunning up here. And that there's over to the Neffenbeg Mountains. summit of Corraun Hill. I think it's 524 metres. So this will probably be the last climb today, and I'll drop down and camp down low. Just look at the views here. It's about 6 o'clock. more, a big impressive mountain just dropping straight down to the sea, and on round to Clew Bay and the big mountains of southern Mayo. Again, no one else up here, and this one has a trig cover as well. So there's actually 5 corries, okay. There's 5 distinct corries just along the length there. 3 have corrie loughs nestled down in, and then you've got these are the loughs just beyond the reaches of the mountain itself. But you can just see what a stunning sort of plateau this is, and just this northeast side where ice has just eaten these big chunks out. Absolutely beautiful. The last time I was here there was a really big heavy shower, and all these sort of streams cut into the hillside. They just erupted in the sort of fountains of water. So really impressive way of getting water down off the top of the hill down into the bottom. But no rain today, so still an absolutely stunning day, and I think it'll be a really nice evening. This is camp for tonight. So this is Lough Cullydoo, and this is down at the bottom of the second corrie that I walked over earlier today. So I've walked right along the top above the 5 corries, dropped down, and then walked along the base. So I was panicking a wee bit coming in here because the wind had dropped and the midges started to rise, but there's a nice wee breeze here. This is north facing, so hopefully it'll keep the midges down, and I found a lovely wee spot here just at the head of the lough, and I'll get set up here. And it's busy today, so I should be able to look right down along the length of the lough. Hopefully the sun will actually come round as it drops. It's light away here in the west and maybe still 10, half 10, so hopefully the sun will come shining in. And looking north tonight, there'll probably be still some brightness in the sky, so that'll be quite cool. And you can see just round the corrie rim, and there's a nice cool waterfall there, so with the noise of that sort of in the background, and I'll maybe explore that a wee bit later. right on cue, the wind has completely died away. The loch here is just like glass. Loads of brown trout rising for the midges, and midges are certainly rising. So I'm probably not going to have that comfortable a night unless I can get well covered up over my head. We'll see. But absolutely beautiful evening. The camera says nice after the wind all day. And this is the corrie that I'm camping in. So a really nice spot. Morning. Had a half decent night's sleep. Midges were a real issue, so I had to sort of put a bivy bag over my head, which wasn't great because I sort of love lying just looking up at the sky, so I didn't see much of that. Then this morning, just peeking out, you can see the clouds and midges. But about 8 o'clock, the breeze got up. There's a wee breeze now. You can see it rippling in the water here in the loch, and that cleared them, and I went for it, and it worked out okay. And then a farmer came in this morning and sort of go around the loch, and actually climbed up, but he was shepherding the sheep out of the corrie here. So pretty cool just to watch that happen, just with the use of his voice. So I'm all packed up, nothing left, and I'll be heading back now. So yeah, a pretty cool walk and wild camp here on the Corraun Hills. Really lovely, wee small range of hills. I'm climbing up the waterfall at the back of the corrie, and the sound of this has sort of soothed me a wee bit through the night. I'm trying to forget the hordes of midges outside, but I'm climbing up along the waterfall this morning, and it's really nice. And that's the view out over the loch, so it looks like it's going to be another nice day. I've taken a bit more of an adventurous route back down to the forest trail. So I didn't use the forest peak to come up on. I followed the river coming down out of the corrie. First corrie went up yesterday. That was really good going for a good part of the way until I get into this sort of sparse new growth forest, and that's been sort of tough going. That sort of ground where when you put your foot you're not exactly sure where it's going to land, but I'm nearly at the trail, so it's sort of worked out okay. But if you're not wanting to be as adventurous, it's probably better to use the very clear forest break. This is the first time I've been out wild camping this year, and I'm really feeling it. Back on forest track, couple of K to the car, but it's been tight carrying the backpack with everything in it and doing the hill walking. So adjusting plans, I suppose, is something that I've had to do and will have to do on my next walk. So just the way it is, just the level of fitness isn't there, and there is a different level of fitness to be carrying heavy gear, or heavy-ish, a full rucksack when you're hill walking, but it's all good. It's me done, back at the car. So I was about 24 hours out on the hill, about 22 kilometres in distance, and I think there was about 1200 metres in climbing. So really enjoyed that for our first wild camp this year. And you can see just what a cool wee range of hills these are. The corries are just spectacular. You can just walk around those just all day. Beautiful, and even though I had to change my plan, it still worked out really well, and really enjoyed that wild camp at the Corrie Lough. I hadn't expected to do that, but that worked out well. So a really good couple of days walking and wild camping.